things are happening on Twitter that make it, for me, even harder to support the platform, even in the sense of using it. Tucker has an exclusive Twitter show, as we know. So Tucker literally flew out to Romania to interview Tate.
He's so sad.
What the fuck? This man flew out to Romania. It was that important to interview Andrew Tate.
I love all I love all the QAnon Tucker fans that were like, "Oh, we want to stop Democrats from sex trafficking," and then they're like, "But this sex trafficker, he seems like a good guy.
He's one of the good ones.
He's one of the good sex traffickers. He's a white hat."
Tucker goes on and on about like we must stop the degeneracy and abuse of young women. Anyway, I'm flying out to Romania to interview my good friend Andrew Tate.
Even if he wasn't a sex trafficker, the fact that like he ran an OnlyFans scheme is enough for the normal conservative audience to immediately be like, no, fuck this guy.
So anyway, Elon Musk, I'm assuming paid for this. I don't know, but I'm assuming because Tucker works for Twitter now. So he tweets this out. Interesting interview with Cobra Tate. So he's co-signing this.
So here, let me tell you why this happened. Okay. This is, in many respects, no different than when Aiden Ross or any other content creator hits the Andrew Tate button because, like, it'll feed the algo, right?
Desperation.
Tucker Carlson started off in a blaze of glory, okay? He had so many views, even though, like, those are impressions. They're fake for the most part, on Twitter especially so. And he started off with that. He started out with a lot of views, and everyone was like, oh my God, this is beating TV. This is beating TV. Tucker Carlson's doing great. And obviously people that understand the situation better, people like myself who have been in this game doing political commentary online for a very long time, immediately recognized that this was bullshit and that it was always going to crash and burn. So by like his 8th episode, obviously his impressions had diminished. Those impressions are already like pretty useless as a metric for success in general because it's fucking Twitter. But by the 8th episode, he had lost 83% of his overall views. Right? So what does he do? He pulls the Andrew Tate parachute. He rips the cord. He goes all the way to Romania. He reduces himself to that. He debases himself this way, and he goes and interviews Andrew Tate for 2 hours and 30 minutes on Twitter.
And he's laundering his image. I mean, the amount of research and
mutually
pushback,
beneficial.
Watch this. Just watch how Andrew characterizes his crimes. It's stunning. Jaw-dropping.
Tucker Carlson, imagine being a 6th grade boy in the United States right now.
That's weird.
That is so grooming.
That's a strong start.
Grooming.
Strong start from Tucker.
I refuse to imagine that.
What are you hearing at school? What are they telling you on the internet? Well, they're telling you to stop being yourself. Sit still. Stop joking. Suppress your aggression. Share your feelings. Obey.
Share your feelings. God. Gee whiz.
Milk porn. Female qualities are virtuous.
I thought he said that.
He did. Exploding milk porn.
Exploding milk porn. Masculine qualities are oppressive. That's the message. In case it wasn't clear enough, schools around the country have removed urinals.
And here is what is, in my opinion, the greatest male role model, Andrew Tate.
From boys' bathrooms. The male body itself is shameful.
They're not removing urinals from boys' bathrooms. That's so dumb.
Sit down when you pee like a good little girl.
What?
That's
Who's
insane.
saying that?
That's an insane thing to just have a soundbite of.
Imagine you're a 6-year-old boy, and then I invite you over to my house. I say, this is between us. You understand that, right? Oh, sorry. I mean, at school.
Views like this are often called feminism or woke politics.
Feminism wants 6-year-old boys to sit to pee.
I don't know if Tucker Carlson knows this, but like, even if you eliminate urinals, you can still pee standing up in like a regular bathroom stall. Like
he does not know that.
It's not illegal, man. I do it all the time.
I have a feel. I'm worried that he's thinking about 6-year-old boys too much.
Yeah.
He said that.
That is a lot of, that's like 90% of conservative commentary.
Don't ask me to think about that, Tucker, again.
Very weird, very strange.
But in fact, they amount to mass conversion therapy, an attempt to change the fundamental nature of people.
What?
Nothing like this has ever been attempted at scale. It's one of the most grotesque.
They're living in such a fantasy world. It's just like, this doesn't exist.
And destructive experiments in human history. What would it be like to find yourself the subject of that experiment as a boy trying to become a man during the Biden years? Well, you might kill yourself.
During the Biden years.
Many have.
Oh my God.
You might decide to reject your own manhood and embrace androgyny. That's his world.
I'm trying to skip to the good part here.
Has been. The video is long, but if you can, take the time to watch it. Make up your own mind about Andrew Tate.
Please watch it.
So he goes, this is great. He goes, make up your own mind about Andrew Tate. Meanwhile, the way that he's engaging with him is literally the puffiest thing ever. Listen to how he allows Andrew to characterize his crimes.
This is a mutually beneficial situation. Tucker Carlson wants the Andrew Tate algorithmic boost because, like, there's not a lot of Andrew Tate out there right now, and people want it.
No, I get it. I get why he did it. It's just so pathetic.
It's just, yeah.
And then for Elon to quote tweet it and be like, "Yo, check out this super interesting interview." It's like
with a sex trafficker under house arrest.
Yeah.
So what are you charged with?
That's a really good question.
First of all, love the money gorilla.
I'm charged with being the head of an organized criminal group, which is in charge of recruiting girls to make TikTok videos to steal the money from the TikTok views.
That's not what it is. That's
not true. I'm making women do TikToks. That's what he's reduced it to. And Tucker does not ever push back on that. He's like, oh yeah, no, that sounds absurd. Yeah.
The only thing that's like kind of funny about this is that they've basically manipulated a gigantic swath of the internet into literally believing that this is a man that is being unjustly prosecuted. And I guess they're all going to be really shocked if he does go to prison.
He's definitely going to prison.
And instead of getting snapped out of their illusions, or their delusions rather, they will continue going further and further down the rabbit hole of schizophrenia. It's wild.
He was set up.
Yeah.
Recruiting girls to make TikTok videos and stealing the money.
Yeah,
so
that
it's
sounds
really
absurd. You're right.
It looks that way, and it's very interesting because the girls who they've identified to add to the file are saying that we're not victims of anything and this isn't true. But the state believes it's true, and the state thinks that I, as a 35-year-old man, woke up.
This motherfucker wears the tightest sleeves, bro. Every time he's got just like the extra small fit.
Yeah, no, he's got the gayest style. Like it's just it's ridiculous that like he's.
Hold on, look at Tucker's shoes.
Yeah, I mean that's just preppy. He's prep boy.
But the no socks thing is killing me.
That's normal. You're supposed to wear it like that.
I disagree. I think
no, you are. A good pair of Italian loafers. They don't get stinky. They're supposed to be like breathable enough.
This is not working. It looks like he's wearing high heels.
Well, he's preppy. I hate Andrew Tate's slippers more than I hate Tucker Carlson's loafers in this situation. Not to be like that dye workwear guy on fucking Twitter, but Tucker Carlson is doing the classic preppy wasp northeastern guy look.
I was already extremely financially successful. I was already a father. I was already very well known. I had no financial motivation.
How'd you get the money? How'd you get the money? How were you?
That would be a good follow-up question. Maybe Tucker will ask.
How did you make all your money? I owned a webcam business. Okay.
Yeah. And TikTok videos, Ethan.
What were they doing? I had like 20 women.
A good question. Yeah, you're right.
To be in this compound.
A good question would be, but it seems like you made your money before TikTok existed. How does that work?
Yeah, just one simple, basic follow-up question would be fantastic.
I have no criminal record. It's not my personality profile, but I woke up at the age of 35 and decided to.
He has no criminal record. He was charged with rape in the UK? Or
he was accused, but they never charged him in the UK.
And then there was an internal investigation with the UK police that found that they were just flubbing sexual assault. There was criminal negligence at the systemic level.
Make girls do TikTok to enrich myself with the pennies that I would earn from TikTok views.
Yeah, that sounds silly.
So in the United States, I think the belief is that you were charged with human trafficking.
Yeah, that's human trafficking, because what you do is you force a girl to work against her will for financial gain. That's human trafficking.
Why is he saying, I believe, like he doesn't know? Like this is all like public.
This man flew to Romania and he didn't read up.
Yeah, on the flight there, you couldn't just like look at one article.
15 hours probably.
No, it's not 15 hours.
You can just read the chart.
LA
Probably like
to Romania?
12. I don't know. You can't probably fly direct, maybe? Let's
Okay,
see.
who cares? It's significant, bro. 12 hours, that's fine. That's enough time to do a little reading.
Oh, 100%.
Justification for this is that girls do TikTok. Some girls I know who they found who say they're not victims have TikTok accounts.
How do you force someone to do TikTok videos?
I guess
Good
the prosecutor's
question,
gonna have to
Tucker.
explain that, isn't he?
How do you force a girl to do a TikTok? I mean, it doesn't make sense on its face. How do you force a girl to do a TikTok video?
I mean, but wait, what I'm confused by this is like, even if he actually forced girls to do TikTok videos, that would still be coercion and also would be like a labor violation, possibly even human trafficking, depending on the boundaries.
Where he's pulling this TikTok thing is in the indictments. They do mention TikTok in addition to him forcing them to work on OnlyFans and all of this other stuff. But it's not to make TikTok videos. He would make girls do those like TikTok battle things, you know?
Oh, yeah.
For like 10-hour marathons.
Also, well, also, I mean, there's a lot of
Oh, they were doing
workers
battle bits.
who promote themselves on TikTok, not for TikTok revenue,
right?
But to promote their other business. So it's like, how obtuse can you be, you fucking dumbass?
Andrew Tate has a son or child, by the way, I guess.
Yeah, he's completely uninvolved in his life, I'm sure.
Well, kind of like
it's
his
a very
dad.
interesting scenario I'm in, and I'm inside of Romania, so I have to show a degree of respect to the Romanian judicial system, and I have to show a degree of respect to the situation I'm in. But
Wait,
the overall
a degree of respect to the Romanian judicial system.
Yeah.
He literally openly used to be like, in Romania, you can bribe the police. That's why I came here to be a criminal. Like, you can't be a criminal like Jeffrey Epstein in America with the small amount of dollars I have. So I went to Romania so I can be a mini Jeffrey Epstein in Romania by bribing the officials.
Mm-hmm.
They love getting bribes.
And then Tucker's like, so tell me, how do you force a girl to even do a TikTok?
overall charge is that there's an organized criminal group. There's a group of us. I'm the head of it. My brother is below me. And we use the lover boy method to convince women to do TikTok videos to make money so that we can steal the TikTok money.
That's just obscenely false. It's so crazy how he characterized
It's actually a big L for him, though, because he's basically validating the claims of the investigation by saying, oh, it's just, look how silly it is. It's just for TikTok. Okay, that will open up the door to be like, well, it's not just TikTok. It's also a webcamming business that you also promoted yourself.
They
many
already
times
know
over.
that. It's just he's allowing him to wash his reputation entirely.
Yeah, but it's again easily dismissible because like instead of just saying there's no truth to these claims, he's admitting some of those claims to make it seem like they're.
I don't think he's admitting to them. He's just saying, look how silly these charges are.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is worse off for his PR because like.
No way, dude.
You can
his
open up.
fans love this. This will give him so much credibility.
They're as dumb as sea cucumbers. So like,
and there's a lot of them,
for
dude.
anything to. His fans thought he was like out of prison in the first day. They would come into my chat every fucking day because I've like every goddamn Twitter meme account that tweets on God every fucking day. They all hate me now because I eviscerated Andrew Tate and they dick ride him super hard. For the algo, not because they're ideologically aligned with him or anything. And they all fucking tell me every day how wrong I am because they think like Andrew Tate is out of prison already or Andrew Tate is actually getting released any day now. He's drip feeding them bullshit nonstop. That has to, at a certain point, get people to go, okay, well, he has lied to me a bunch of times. I think every time you lie like that, you lose at least some of your audience.
Okay. You tell me, whose platform is better? Zuck's or Elon's?
I mean, Zuck looks hot. He does.
Exactly.
I respect
Game open and shut. This is how conservatives gauge. Fat man bad, goofy, weird body, fat man bad. You know what? He has a beautiful body. Because we don't make fun of people's bodies. Even though it does look like there's
Okay,
a
this
mini
is not
robot.
Fat Man Bad. This is like
This is Fat Man Bad.
no, because
Strong Man Good.
no, this isn't even Fat Man Bad because like Elon Musk isn't necessarily fat. He just has like the weirdest fucking body of all time. It literally looks like his chest has expanded so much. I don't know how. I don't know why.
He looks like in Ninja Turtles, there's like that guy that rides inside of a body. He's like a brain.
Krang.
Yeah, Krang.
Yeah.
He's giving me Krang vibes from this. It's like a little it's a little habitat for a little critter to drive his body. You know what I'm
Makes
saying?
him seem cool.
Yeah, like the Men in Black thing. Yeah.
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 There's a little alien living inside of him, operating his body,
Which
with
would make
with
sense,
a pulley
frankly.
system.
Yeah. So here, this is what Elon is giving, I guess, if that makes sense to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Krang. Thank you.
Problem is, he didn't pick a better body to, a better looking body at least to fucking sit inside of.
So anyway, I'll keep going just briefly. Again, this is 2.5 hours.
So there's just to be clear, you are not accused of pandering, of pimping, of forcing women to have sex with anybody.
No, not forcing them to have
Yes,
sex.
he is.
Not
He is. He's also accused of R-wording women.
Yeah, he's accused of sexual assault as well as sex trafficking.
He literally is, Tucker. And by the way, you're a journalist, right?
Well, not really.
Well,
Not anymore.
I mean, at least an interview or some kind of thing. Like, did you do zero preparation for this? I'm just stunned.
As a 35-year-old man, woke up, decided to make, and that's human trafficking. And their justification for this is that girls do TikTok. Some girls I know who they found who say they're not victims have TikTok accounts.
How do you force someone to do TikTok videos? I do this because I do think it's a widespread belief that you were accused of pimping.
Yeah, no, that's nothing to do with any of this case. Absolutely nothing. And it's kind of scary because the crime in itself of human trafficking is a unique one because they can ignore the statement of the victim. So the girls have come forward and said, this is insane.
No, literally this investigation started when women came to the police.
Yeah.
Several of them, and told them about what was happening.
Yeah, he's just pointing to like a couple that still have Andrew Tate tattoos on their bodies saying like, no, we actually do love him.
So pretty stunning that this is at this point, mainstream, the entire right-wing apparatus is now somehow involved in whitewashing Andrew Tate, a human trafficker and rapist reputation. Here is Tucker Carlson being promoted by Elon Musk. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening.
I mean, here's why it never has mattered, right? These guys all talk about like how Jeffrey Epstein is like connected to Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, which is true. He was. But then they fucking have Alan Dershowitz on every time. Right. Every night they have Alan Dershowitz on. Alan Dershowitz was Jeffrey Epstein's friend, just like the Hillary and Bill Clinton couple. But also, he was his greatest defender. He got him out of like a serious sex trafficking and pedophilia charge.
I mean, he practically had like a guest house on that island the amount of times he went there. He was like an honored guest there.
Which is why it's like, these guys don't care. The point is, nobody cares. Nobody even asks that question. Nobody's like, hold up, wait a minute. Why are you talking about Virginia Giuffre? Why are you talking about like some of Jeffrey Epstein's victims and like disparaging them on Fox News every fucking night? Isn't this supposed to be the anti-sex trafficking television network? I don't understand.
And here's our good friend, Alan Dershowitz. Give it up for Alan, everybody. Here is some choice clips from the 2.5 hour interview. Tucker asks Andrew, what is the Matrix?
Question. I guess some Americans call it the deep state, but I like to look at it in a more global way. When I say the Matrix, I think there are certain agendas which are being pushed. I think the media machine and the judicial systems of the world work together hand in hand. I think the goal is to control people's minds to a point where they don't discuss anything that's important. The reason I use The Matrix is because I've watched that movie a few times and it has so many similarities to the... Have you seen the movie?
No.
You've never...
Okay, that's disturbing that Tucker hasn't seen The Matrix. I find that very odd.
It's about to get more disturbing.
And then, yeah.
Seen the movie The Matrix?
No, I don't watch any movie.
Tucker.
I don't want to talk about it on camera. No, I'm very dyslexic and it's hard for me to watch video.
Got it.
What?
Now, I'm slightly dyslexic, but I don't think that one has to do with the other. I don't think so.
What the fuck? Wait, that's what? I've never heard that before.
That's an interesting out.
It's a medium that has nothing to do with like reading letters, really.
So I don't know if there's like a severe or separate case where like you can't look at stuff. How's that possible? His whole job is media and reading stuff and reading fucking
Well, I
teleprompters.
don't know if he's reading anything. Let's be real.
He definitely was reading off teleprompters on
That's
Fox
true,
News.
though. Yeah.
So he doesn't watch anything. That could explain why he's so horribly researched. He's like, I cannot.
I've never watched anything.
I cannot watch
life.
anything ever. That's why I'm incapable of doing
I've
any
never
research.
seen a motion picture.
What is film? I don't even know what it looks like, frankly.
It's subtitles, I think. Like, that would be a
Sure,
problem if
yeah.
you have dyslexia.
Sure. But his ears work, as far as I know.
Honestly.
Understood. But there's so many similarities, and the basic premise is that humans' minds are controlled and put inside of a false reality so that
Yes.
their body heat can be manifested for the machine.
Yes.
And I don't think it's much different to reality. Our minds
Created
are
by
controlled. We're put in a false version
transistors.
of reality.
Yep.
We're told things that aren't true. We're arguing over things that don't matter. We're observing.
Shut up, dumbass. So anyway, Tucker's a little weirdo.
Also an
freak.
allegory for being trans, but it's fine. I mean, he's just...
Well, he's seen it a couple times and he disagrees.
Right. He's talking about how the Matrix is like, this deep state conspiracy to brainwash people. And I assume, trans ideology is part of that brainwashing. If that's the case, isn't the Matrix is part of that plan?
Oh, for
part
sure.
of, like, that's media that
Whoa.
is indoctrinating people into, I don't know.
My mind is exploding. It's expanding at alarming levels. What if the Matrix was a part of the Matrix? No, it's so stupid. It's just like typical dumb guy shit. It is literally typical dumb guy shit. The more illiterate we become. I saw something the other day that really hit me. It was someone complaining that because we have access to boundless amounts of information readily available on our phones through the internet, that we don't really do any kind of reading or try to learn anything because we can always just like ask Google. So we've become over reliant on that, and therefore now we are basically as illiterate as a fucking medieval peasant. So now we're just tricked and shocked by things like movies, for example. Like this, Andrew Tate himself is a charlatan. He's probably a little bit smarter than the average person that he's duping, right? So he probably knows better. He knows that this is a good way to like do PR for himself. But there is a gigantic swath of people online that hear that and go, yeah, it is the Matrix. The governments are controlling us in this like big deep state conspiracy to do what? To like give us vaccinations and make us trans. That's probably what's going on.
Let me show you creators of, what are they called? The Wachowski sisters?
Wachowski sisters, yeah.
Here they are. Here's these legends. Oh, man. Don't show him this. These two gals made the Matrix. Trans women.
Yeah.
Do not tell them that.
Yeah, they just don't care. It's the same principle behind, it is the same identical principle behind having Alan Dershowitz on, or even having Andrew fucking Tate on your broadcast as you're like, saying Democrats are the real sex traffickers, right? It's bullshit.
So here's Benny Johnson, who's a right-wing grifter. He's posted this, I guess, as a dub. He's like, man, check these guys out. So smart, so good.
What is it about your message, do you think, that infuriates certain people?
Well, my message is traditional masculinity. My message is to stand up and say what you mean and mean what you say. And even going to the gym nowadays is an act of defiance, because when you
Going to the gym is an act of defiance.
That's awesome.
I love that. This is another byproduct of like the pussification of Western society. We're all babies, right? Like, so they are doing this with the new movie that just came out about child sex trafficking, right? The Jim Caviezel
Sound of
movie,
Freedom,
The Sound
baby.
of Freedom. Now, as far as I understand, I haven't seen it yet. The way that they're promoting it, it was an old movie. They made it in 2018, but there was not really a market for it. But then the studios found a good way to like rehash this project and basically upload it and post it everywhere by promoting it through QAnon conspiracies and QAnon circles a little bit. So now all of these people that are going to watch it are like, ooh, we're doing something. This is an act of defiance. It's like, no, you're just going to watch a movie. Nobody watched the Taken franchise and went, wow, I'm really shining a light on the dark side of child sex trafficking, right? You just watched a fucking movie, but it can't just be that. It has to be our consumption has to say something about us. Our consumption has to be an act of defiance. It's an act of bravery. That's why all these people that are like leaving the movie theaters are like, I had a less than remarkable experience at the movie theater watching The Sound of Freedom because the AC was off or the lights were on. And guess what? George Soros? Like, I still watched the movie. I still completed it. Am I not a big boy or a big girl? Look at me. It's just, no, you're going to the gym. It's not a fucking act of defiance. And no one is yelling at Andrew Tate because he's saying go to the gym.
Gym culture is like so dominant right now. It's like actually insanely mainstream, or like a lot of these, like, I don't know, alpha dudes. It's like they live their whole life in the gym. Hassan.
Yeah. The problem there is some of the best people I know are gym rats. They're gym bros because they have maybe some insecurities from the start that led them to do this, or maybe they just wanted to be healthy. But after a certain point, that feeling of accomplishing goals that you have set out for yourself will start to develop confidence within you, right? And ultimately, if you're a confident person who has accomplished certain tremendously difficult tasks, such as reshaping your body in the way that you see fit, you're not going to believe this bullshit. Like, it was very important for me what I was able to accomplish in the gym, which is why I talk about it in a positive way all the time. And that is part of the reason why I'm not falling down the Andrew Tate rabbit hole, because I have a sense of security within myself, within what I can accomplish. So Andrew Tate is not the only person who's like telling people to go out and work out and whatever, but maybe I hope these guys, if they go to the gym a lot and they start working out more and more, they'll start getting a better sense of self and no longer be these like insecure babies.
I'm not sure about
Maybe
that
some.
one. Maybe one or two.
I don't know.
You have a man who's built with any degree of principle, you say no to things. And I think if I have to analyze my message and why I'm so disliked by the people who dislike me, it's not the things I'm saying, it's the fact that
It's the things I'm doing, like human trafficking
if you adhere to my principles and you adhere to the things I say, you
and rape.
end up being the kind of person who will resist certain ideas. You say no. What kind of man never says no? Name a man who never says no.
Okay, I would name a person that's never said no. Like, what the fuck are you
Name a
talking
man
about?
who never.
I have never said no, ever.
It's so stupid. It's like, oh, men say no, and that's why people are
No.
mad at me. And it's like, yeah, it depends on what you're saying no to,
Does
dumbass.
he mean like the married with children? Like, can I have money, Dad? No.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, well, a real man says no. That's why. Yeah, that's why when when I was in a car crash because a female was driving my Bugatti and the EMS came over and said, "Would you like a ride to the hospital?" I said no because I'm a man and real men take it. Ironic because that is kind of what I did in France, but it's different.
How about this? Say yes if you are innocent of human trafficking. No. We got him.
Fucking got him.
We fucking got
Dude, the
him.
Romanian authorities need you.
There's a tip to the prosecutor.
Yeah, Dicot needs you on their side.
Men say no, right? Men wake up and say no. I don't think that should be done this way.
It's
no,
like doesn't even make sense. And Tucker's like, yeah,
my children will not be taught that. No.
Father's primary job.
that's the father's primary job, to say no to everything. Fantastic. That could explain why you guys are the way you are.
Like, that's why I'm teaching my son how to do chemistry.
Do you love me? No.
I don't want the teacher to teach my son algebra. I'm going to do that myself.
There's, yeah. Do you want to play baseball with me? No. Will you sit with me and help me with my homework? No.
It's just like that act of defiance can be a valid one, which Andrew Tate is trying to claim his is, or it can be what a fucking child does.
Oh, how about this? Should you wait until that girl is able at the age of consent? No.
Andrew Tate has said that.
Do you think that women should have the freedom to work on their own and be employed without the inclusion of a pseudo pimp? No. Can I leave the compound, Andrew? No.
Yeah, real men say no.
Andrew, can you at least let the guard with the automatic rifle can you just excuse him for the afternoon so I don't feel threatened? No.
It's you know, it's an act of defiance, and I feel like it's more so like what a baby says, where it's like, real men say no to nap time. My parents wanted me to wear diapers, and I told them, no, I'm going to piss and shit on the floor because that's what a real man does.
Yep.
No to nap time. I'm having candy for dinner, and you can't stop me, mom and dad, because real men say no. And the reason why I'm using that as an
get
analogy,
off me. No.
Yeah, the reason why I'm using that as an analogy is because that's like literally
real men.
That's his audience. It's either 12-year-olds or, in a sadder way, older men that have never mentally matured beyond the age of 12. So that's why it's like when he makes these super simple takes, when he has these super simple takes, it's like it's very appealing to this broad audience.
Hey, Andrew, should I fill out this form that says I've paid taxes to the government? No. I'll do it. He is a real man, actually.
Absolutely. So when you say to men, listen, you're allowed to have an opinion. You're allowed to have standards. You're allowed to have boundaries and barriers.
all the history of all the world, men are finally allowed to have opinions about things. Finally.
Yeah. You're allowed to get up and become important and work hard and try hard to become the kind of man who can't be controlled.
Finally.
Then you're seen as an enemy. And especially with the massive influence I've gained, I think they look at me and go, he's helping men resist the slave program.
Yep, that's
we don't
why.
Need him around.
Nothing to do with the human trafficking or rape.
This is the funniest part about it, because
their brains.
The funniest part about it is that, like, all of the stuff that Andrew Tate's dick riders claim, they used to claim about Jordan Peterson as well, and it's like the most basic shit he says. No one is going to prison for saying go to the gym. No one's even going to prison for saying, like, reject trans ideology. If that was the case, then and the world would be a much better place, let's be real. But Michael Knowles would be fucking under the jail. Matt Walsh would not even be in jail. He would be a cloud of pink mist, okay? That's not how this works. There are people out there that are significantly more transphobic than Andrew Tate, and they're perfectly fine. You want to know why? Because the investigations have not been conducted yet, and we don't know if they are allegedly sex trafficking.
Andrew, will you ever be free again? No. Thank you. Andrew, are you able to get it up?
No. Well, he also doesn't even like sex.
Do you like sex at all? No.
No, he has talked about that. He's like, I don't like sex anymore.
It's too easy.
It's still like, I don't like it.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. So he's asexual.
Yeah,
he's part of the LGBT. He's an ally.
Yeah,
he's part of the ally.
He's ace. I'm ace aromantic.
Yeah, ace is fuck. I love ace people because
people are gonna get mad at you for that. By the way, they're gonna be like, don't loop him in with us. Even though, I mean, he is.
Listen, guys, he's ace. We need we need a bigger tent.
I think Trump is ace, but that's a different story.
Aced. Do asexual? I'm not trying to demean. I'm genuinely curious, and you guys might not know. Do asexual people masturbate?
Some do, yeah.
I think some do, yeah.
Some do.
Just curious, or if it's just like the total lack of interest in anything.
I think
sexual.
it's probably a spectrum like anything
some do.
else.
And some ace people also have sex as well for their partners, even if they don't personally do it for their own personal gratification.
Right.
Asexual people might still masturbate or have sex. After all, sexuality doesn't always mean someone doesn't enjoy sex. It just means they don't experience sexual attraction. Oh, okay. So it's about the attraction. They're not attracted to anyone. Wow. That's ace.
So we can inject the slave programming and convince men to be eunuchs, because once you're eunuch, then you're not a threat.
I think I buy that.
He should have asked him about his Megan Fox thing, because he was like, I would rather have sex with trans Megan Fox than a cis woman that looks like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he's like, he has said some stuff in the past, just like Donald Trump has, that is like, you know, because these guys they don't have like genuinely held opinions. They're just kind of tailoring their messaging. They are bigoted for sure, but then they also like tailor their messaging across like whatever is really popping on social media, whatever seemingly has a big audience. So both him and Donald Trump in the past have had, pro-trans takes. So that's what Tucker Carlson should ask him about.
Benny Johnson, again, remember he posted this clip in full sincerity, and Elon Musk is promoting this clip. I mean, it makes this whole Twitter experience hard to use, in my opinion. I just think that it's getting harder and harder to be on there, man, for me. But let's see, there's one more here. Wait, Andrew Tate's shading Adam 22. Are you fucking serious? That's awesome.
This blew my mind. Like, this is such a weird crossover that Tucker is talking about Adam 22.
That is so interesting. Yeah. You followed the Adam 22 stuff where his
I'm familiar. I think Adam 22 did a very brilliant marketing move to move the attention away from the Adam 16 conversation and also simultaneously just
he's made a lot of money.
So much money because everyone's gonna watch the cuck porn now because he's just been promoting his cuck porn.
The truth, but the thing is, it seems like a lot of his fans are people who are like, being a cuck is the worst. Being a beta, don't ever do it. So it's interesting.
But they still buy the OnlyFans, so who gives a shit?
For sure, they did major numbers with that. But here it is.
I don't want to make personal enemies of people I don't know. Of course. There's a guy called Adam 22. Once again, I have no idea.
This is awesome. Adam 16, of course, because
they're talking about the most important news stories of the day.
Mm-hmm. Huge.
Okay.
This man.
Adam 22 got cucked.
Yeah.
His wife had sex with a black dude with a huge cock. Can you believe that, Tucker?
Have you seen Jason Love's penis?
I mean, it's ridiculous.
It looks like a thermos. It's massive. It's glorious. Which, friend of the show, Jason Love. Shouts out to Jason Love.
And I would way rather fuck Jason Love with a pussy than Rosie O'Donnell with a cock.
Jason Love is Jason Love is also 6'5". It's disgusting. He's got it all. It's fucked up.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying he's the man.
Shut up.
I like Jason. He's
cool.
I
listen. I got nothing wrong with Jason. But stop.
I just saw on Twitter yesterday that he was with a porn star who'd never done a male scene. They got married, and a week after their marriage, she did her first male scene with some random dude, and he's on a podcast defending it.
Did his wife have sex with somebody else?
Correct. Why?
At a certain point, Tucker Carlson
how does this matter at all to anything? Wow, people have different kinds of relationships, dude. Is that shocking to you?
At a certain point, Tucker Carlson has to, in this 2 hour and 30-minute interview in the fuck compound, in the rape compound, he has to take a deep breath to himself and just really recollect his thoughts and go, what has happened to my career?
I used to interview presidents.
Is that a pool of cum right there?
I used to have a stranglehold on domestic and even sometimes foreign policy in the United States of America.
Apparently, Adam sleeps regularly with other women. Does he do porn with other women? Is that what it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Adam had a podcast where they would interview porn stars, female porn stars.
Yeah.
And then it would fuck them.
Oh, okay. Together.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. What a life.
This is the level you can. But this is what the Matrix wants from you as a man.
The Matrix wants your wife to fuck what's his name?
Jason Love.
Jason Love?
Yeah.
The Matrix wants you to let your wife fuck Jason Love. Don't you understand?
I thought
Don't you get it?
The Matrix was the media and judicial system.
No.
What does that have to do with Adam 22?
The Matrix got a huge cock and it wants to fuck your wife.
Yeah.
Don't you understand?
They want the woman in charge and the man below with no backbone, because if the woman's in charge, they can emotionally affect her. They can scare her. You can scare a woman easier than you can scare a man.
Yes.
A real man's hard to scare.
Right.
A woman you can make afraid of the vaccine.
Are you scared? No.
Also, all this doesn't sound that different than his business model, right? He seduces women and are kind of sort of with them, but then he pimps them out for porn.
And he also he's basically cucking all of his clients too, because it was him who was writing all the messages on the chat room.
right.
It was never the actual women themselves.
Well, they're beta losers. He's the real man.
Yeah, well, those very same beta losers, he's still serving. He was serving them with his cam operation, and now he's serving them with the Hustlers University, which is no longer in existence. So,
And now he's being served with search warrants.
yeah.
Thank you.
Right? Be afraid. COVID. Be scared. If she's in charge of the household, I would argue in nearly any household where the female was dominant, everyone's vaccinated. I would argue that point, huh? I don't want to make
That is so true. That is so true. So here is the meeting of great minds, and this is what Twitter's come to. And there it is. Shout out Adam22.
It's just like
Two ace legends right here, man.
well, they're just getting stupider and stupider. We are getting dumber and fucking dumber, dude.
Listen, Trump might be ace, but with that neck pussy on display, I sure am not.
Yeah, Trump, I don't think has ever had like interest in sexual gratification that wasn't coercive or was like
just
about
power.
Pure power and dominance over another person outside of their boundaries of
Look
consent.
at the shine on that dome, brother.
Yeah.
You could put out a search signal with that.
I'm surprised he shaved his beard and his hair. It looked like shit for the longest time.
Love those two guys. Great guys. Yeah. Running mate, Andrew Tate, VP.
Yeah, I mean he was born in Gary, Indiana.
He was born in a city named Gary.
You don't know about Gary, Indiana?
He's a city named Gary.
Yeah, I know it from the Music Man.
It's, Gary, Indiana used to be a wonderful blossoming industrial town with a it was like a black industrial town for the most part, and then obviously it went by way of the same way that Detroit did.
Why'd they call it Gary? That's like having a city called Jeff or some shit.
Yeah,
the
home
city
of the Jackson
Jeff.
5.
Okay, shout out Gary.
Yeah.
Shout out the city of Gary.
It's like pretty desolate now, kind of sad.
Yeah,
I mean, very sad.
I drove by once and it said, "Welcome to Gary, Indiana, the home of big old titties."
Wait,
Someone
what?
Spray painted it. Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean?
They just spray painted that on the sign, the main sign when you drive in.
Wow, this town does look
great.
really.
Well, it's definitely,
really
from what I understand, it's gotten a lot better in recent years. It's no longer as bad as it used to be, but it's still not great. It's like, I mean, there's so many places like this.
Gary.
Smash that button.
Smash
So
that
many
button
places
at Gary.
like this in America.
So he was born in Gary?
Yeah.
Is it gay that he was born in Gary?
No.
Because it's a man's name and he was born in it.
I don't think that's how that works.
I'm just saying. I'm just going by his own rules.
He's very zesty. He for sure is very zesty, and I think a lot of people will recognize that. I mean, he's like,
God damn it. There is a city named Jeff in Indiana too.
Oh no.
Oh fuck. What other goddamn